Life is but a dream by Avenged Sevenfold. The I'm not even going to remember the number album. All I know is this is the follow up to The Stage, the very highly acclaimed The Stage. Well, except for certain people who are fans of, who are so stuck up about City of Evil and stuff, and didn't even notice for a brief second that I'm gonna tell you the blatant truth about this band. They have been fucking ripping off Dream Theater for years. They just never fully embraced it, and The Stage was when they finally did. They were fucking Train of Thought era Dream Theater. Go ahead, listen. You immediately will hear As I Am, and you will not unhear it. That came out before the band was even going that direction. And you will not be surprised. It just was that, let's face it, City of Evil was just that sandwich between Black Album and Appetite for Destruction. There's your hot take. Come at me, motherfuckers. Come fucking at me. I doubt you will, because nobody fucking bothers to watch my videos anyway. So it's not like it fucking matters. But that's what they've been, and they fully embraced it with The Stage and did it super well. Hell, I didn't even realize until I finally, about the deluxe edition stuff, like that they did Retro Vertigo, which once they found out that they did that, it makes, if anything, with the Mr. Bungle shit, it makes more sense what the fuck we got out of this damn thing. Which, honestly, if you don't go into this like a progressive metal record, go into this like an avant-garde metal record, or at least a experimental hard rock record that has some old prog tendencies, I guess. Comparable to the likes of Faith No More. More specifically their King for a Day, Food for a Lifetime era. And yeah, I like this thing, but it's not The Stage, which is, I guess, in that way disappointing. But given what we got for the singles, it's almost like they trolled us with it, and then when they released the album, they finally gave us something better. Even though I will say, of the singles that do come closer to representing this record, I would, at least in terms of that Pattonism, I might give it to We Love You, or at least I kind of got it immediately. Yet, I don't, like, so there's some people who got it and were, like, not good about it. There were moments that are like, okay, whatever, and shit. But I'd still rather prefer what they were doing over that, because there was nothing annoying guitar-wise like Nobody was. Even though that's grown on me, because that view as well, given their placements on the album. And that they don't start the fucking record off with that. They start the record off with these other tracks, which are Game Over and Mattel. And Mattel has been considered a highlight of this record. Hell, there are people coming off of that are already talking about Cosmic Dude as like a highlight for this record. Even though I'm willing to actually, I'll defend G, actually, even though I think they should have, even though not the way they chose the title, that is just G. I think they like referenced, at least have a G letter word in Great that they probably could have called it. Hell, I even had a friend that like messaged me earlier because I was on vacation. That's why the Nexus 28 review, that'll probably be before this one, is up now, because that was when that came out, and I never had a chance to record and talk about that when I was wanting to. But I did keep up with the stuff over the weekend, and this was one of the ones I kept up with. Another album that's I think is a much better overall project is released. But this one is, I don't know if there's going to be a deluxe edition or a bonus stuff for this project or not. I'm curious. Kind of. Because they do some weird shit on this fucking thing. Even more in the back half. And I don't mean the God Trilogy. I mean, hell, if they do mean the God Trilogy, it's specifically the last of the God Trilogy, Death. Where he goes Frank Sinatra on this fucking thing. Pull a Frank Sinatra swing ragtime thing. Big band thing. And then you get this ragtime piano which there's a lot of good piano stuff, but then it goes super ragtime on the closing title track. And it's more just a piano piece that closes this out, which I feel they were trying to be reminiscent of which if they were going for something reminiscent of the Angel Dust and Real Thing eras of Faith No More, I guess. In terms of just instrumental outros, I guess. Kind of, sort of, is I guess what this is. But it's really a piano piece. And it's not a bad piano piece. It genuinely isn't. I do find it weird that they went that direction, but I don't hate it. I don't. It's kind of a fun piano piece. It's kind of nice. Like I could play this with my group of friends who are more into that kind of stuff. Between that and the track Death, and no one would bitch. No one would probably bitch about it. They'd be like, they'd probably like carry on like nothing was happening. Though maybe the vocals might from freaking and Shadows might like throw people off a little bit. Um, but yeah, I was just pleasantly surprised with it. And yeah, the sorry for the pause, but the other tracks on this record, besides Cosmic, um, I liked Beautiful Morning, despite what most people would probably say about that track. But I kind of come to expect what they were going to do here. I mean, Game Over, I loved it. Mattel was nice. Easier. Hell, I'm hoping Game Over is a single, though, to be fair. More so, given its runtime. Cosmic, not likely to be a single, but it could be. But it will be a fan favorite from what it's telling, as well as Mattel. I'm hoping G kind of is, um, personally, but that's just me. I don't hate Beautiful Morning like some people tend to want to shit on, but Lunar is different. But yeah, Game Over Mattel starting this off was nice. Beautiful Morning was nice. Easier has a weird thing that starts off, and I understand why maybe they didn't want to make it a single because it was. They don't think anybody asked for like M Shadows to go auto tune, honestly, and that was an issue. But aside from that, I overall but it didn't bother me necessarily as much. It was like, but it wasn't like take me completely out of it, you know? It didn't make me think, God, I should rather listen to their earlier shit. I mean, it made me go be like, God, I'd rather listen to Stage, sure, but I didn't wind up hating this thing like some people. I kind of got what they were kind of going for, and given the interviews so far that I've listened to with M Shadows, with Nick Nocturnal and stuff, they weren't trying to really troll us, but it seems from the way the singles came off, they may as well have. And they are kind of the weakest parts of this record, really. But by the time you get to them, because of Game Over and Metal, they make more sense, I guess, in context and than out of context, which is why. But yeah, they are really embracing the weird on this one, and almost to a user illusion degree too. Um, but overall, I like it, but I don't love it. It is a disappointment compared to the Stage, but it was more of a pleasant surprise given what the rollout for this record was. Don't get, though the We Love You like video is fucking awesome. Great use of 360 visuals, but and I think there's a different album cover than this one. This is just the one I picked out. So apparently there's like multiple different versions you can get. So this is just one you can probably for vinyl. Oh, but overall, um, yeah, I'm going thumbs up. Um, maybe potentially a light, keeping it real, but yeah, that's a thumbs up for me. It's solid, but it's a mess. Enough of a mess that it keeps it from being great. Um, or even definitely remotely masterclass in the sense that I honestly looking starting to consider the stage to be. So, but I'd still like give this some curiosity. Give this a chance. You know, hopefully this does what it needs to do in getting people interested in faith bands like Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, and maybe realizing how overlooked maybe these certain moments of Use Your Illusion, Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusions, might have been. Maybe this can serve as that kind of purpose. So, um, because I would probably rather listen to that than this, but it's not doing anything to make me not want to listen to it at all. Just not as much as the stage, or at least it's not drawing me instantaneously. It's possibly a grower. I have a feeling. But what did you guys think of Life is But a Dream from Avenged Sevenfold? Leave a comment below. Let me know. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it Robin. How do you feel about my hot take as well? You can go ahead and tell me about that. But and to be fair, this is also coming. So if you would want to take it for the grain of salt, because all I've listened to full album wise from this band, full album wise, because I've heard the singles from the other albums, I just never listened to the full albums. Just nothing gravitated me towards them. I almost did with City of Evil one day, but I rather wound up instead listening to getting the third Linkin Park record instead, or at least I knew I could get away with that one a little bit better, despite the Paranormal Advisor sticker that was on that record. But anyways, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. See you next video. Take care, y'all.